Hello again there, Apba sports enthusiasts. This is Tigerbob here in Bay City, Michigan. Going to do the 1976 Kentucky Derby. It is January 3rd, 2025, and what a way to start the year as doing the bicentennial Kentucky Derby. And let's have a call to the horses. And let's go down the list of horses that will be participating today. In the number 1 line, in the post position will be On the Sly, ridden by G. McCarran, 9-2 odds. In the second lane, with the color green, will be Bold Forbes, going off at 3-2, with Cordero Jr. Elocutionist, the blue horse, going off in the number 3 lane. Lively is the jockey, going off at even. The number 4, we had a scratch. It was Bedson. He was not available to race today. Did not have a card for him, so he will not be in the race. 5th lane, we got Honest Pleasure. Bazzi is the jockey, 3-1 odds. Gray horse Amanos in the 6th lane with Melicon at 7-1 odds. The black horse, number 7, Kojak, C.J. McCarran, 3-1 odds. The red horse, Play the Red by Jay Velasquez, is the jockey, 5-1 odds. And going off at 11-2, the orange horse will be Inca Roca, ridden by Nemeti. So we are ready to do some Apba racing. Got up this morning and thought of an idea for possibly a new way to do the furlong, so I come up with these cards, a different card for each of the furlongs. So we'll see how that works out. First horse to go will be On the Fly. 12 is a 20. So 12 on the 20. 20 will drop to 21 because On the Sly is a second column horse. 21 is 7.5 with an asterisk. So already some interesting stuff happening. We'll wait to the end of the first furlong here and see what the asterisk does. So as of right now, we'll move the yellow horse On the Sly up 7 spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So off to not a very good spot. Second horse to go will be Bold Forbes. Bold Forbes, 15. 15 is a 4 from the first column. 9.2 for Bold Forbes, off to a strong start. We'll move up 9. And they have 0.2 left over. So Bold Forbes off to a strong start. Going third will be Elocutionist, 55. 55 is a 2. 9.4 from the first column. Elocutionist starts out very strong. We'll move up 9. Right up there with Bold Forbes. Next to go will be Honest Pleasure from the fifth lane. Honest Pleasure, 23. 23 is an 11 from the first column. 8.5. We'll move 8.5. We'll move 8 and that 0.5 left over. No moves yet, going to the inside yet. Next to go will be Alamano, the gray horse. 13. 13's a 13 from the third column. So 13 will end up being 8.1 for Alamano. We'll move 8 0.1 left over. You know, the horse is all situated here. Next up is Kojak. 54 on Kojak. 54 is a 9 from the second column, so I'll add 1. 8.5 for Kojak. Kojak will move 8, and at 0.5 left over. Nobody making a move yet. We'll see what Play the Red does. 55 on Play the Red. 55 is a 4 from the second column, so I'll add 1. 9.1 for Play the Red. Move up 9. At 0.1 left over. So we got 3 horses pulling ahead of everybody else right now. And then we got Inca Roca, the orange horse. 33 is a 3 from the third column, so 3 will become a 5. 9.1. Move up 9, and at 0.1 left over. So 4 horses jump out. And now we have to roll the dice and see what the asterisk. We are on a nice dry course today. Conditions were very dry. We got a 9. Same as number 7. Use column 1 in the first column for the horse on the next dice roll only. So he will get the yellow horse will get to use column 1. So at the end of the first furlong, we have Bold Forbes, Elocutionist, Play the Red, and Inca Roca all battling for first place. And we are off to the second furlong. Leading off in the second furlong will be Bold Forbes. Bold Forbes, 51. It's a 3 from the first column, second furlong. 9.2. Off to a blazing start. It gives Bold Forbes 9.4. We'll move up 9 more. 0.4 left over. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next up will be Elocutionist. 31. 31 is a 10 from the first column. 8.5 for Elocutionist. So up to 8.9. I'm up 8. 0.9 left over. Next up is Play the Red in the number 8 lane. 34. 34 is a 11. Got to drop to a 12. 8.3 for Play the Red. So 8.4. We're in lane number 8. It's only 0.1 for each move, so I'm going to make some moves right now. Red's going all the way to the inside. 0.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7.7 for Play the Red. 0.7 left over. Next up is Inca Roca. 51. 51 is a 6. Got to drop 2. 8.7. So 8.8. Gonna move into the second lane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8.7. 0.1 left over. Next up will be Honest Pleasure. 34. Is it 8? First column, 8.7 for Honest Pleasure. So that'd be 9.2. Move 9.2 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll have to make a move in on the next turn. Next up is the gray horse, Romano, 24. 24 is an 11. Third column, so I'm going to drop to 13. 8.2 for El Mano. So up to 8.3. We're in the sixth lane, 1.5 for each move. There's 4.5, there's 4.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.45 for El Mano. 0.85 left over. Next up we have Kojak. 43. 43 is a 19. It's going to drop to a 20. 7.1 for 7.5 for Kojak. So Kojak can move 8. Actually, he's going to move in. He's going to move in right now too. From the seventh lane, it's 1.5, 3, 4.5, 6, 7.5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. .25 left over. And now we have the yellow horse that gets to use the number 1 column. 23 is a 19. 7.6. So 8.1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.1 for, you can move 8.1 left over. And at the end of the second furlong, we got Bold Forbes in the lead, followed closely by Forbes, Elocutionist. On the outside, we have Honest Pleasure as we head to the third furlong. So as we head into the turn on the third furlong, in the lead, going first will be Bold Forbes. Bold Forbes, 41, is a 5. First column 5 is 8.9 for Bold Forbes. So that's 9.3. We'll move up 9. 0.3 left over. Wow, 3 strong rolls in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just setting a blazing pace, the green horse is. Next up is Forbes. Snake Eyes is a 2 from the third column. So 2, let it drop to 4, 9.0, 9.1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hanging right there. Came all the way from the outside. Right on the tail of Bold Forbes. Next up is Elocutionist. 26 is an 8 from the first column. 8.6 for Elocutionist. So 9.5. We'll move 9.5 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we have Honest Pleasure. Got to move on the inside a little bit. 23 is an 11. First column 11 is 8.3. So the carryover has 8.5. Coming from lane 5, it's going to be 0.2 for each one. 0.4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.4. 0.1 left over. Next up is Play the Red on the inside. 21. 21's a 5. Got to go to the 6 because he's a 2, so it's 8.8 for Play the Red. 9.5. We'll move 9.5 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next up will be On the Sly. Trying to bounce back from a very slow start. 65 is a 14. It's going to be a 15. 7.9. So it can move 8 spots with nothing left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we have Kojak. 66 is a 1, which would become a 2, so 9.2 for Kojak. Gives him 9.45. Strong roll for Kojak. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sitting nicely, hanging with the crowd there. Next up we have the gray horse. We have a mono. 65 is an 18. Going to drop to a 20. 7.4 for a mono. $8.25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 0.25 left over. And at the end of 3 furlongs, we have Bold Forbes setting a torrid pace out there. A little bit out in front of Inca. And Elocutionist is hanging right there as we go around the turn. As we start the 4th furlong, and the lead is Bold Forbes. Bold Forbes, 43. 43 is a 10. In the first column, 10. 8.3 in the 4th furlong. So 8.3 becomes 8.6. Move 8.6 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up is Inca. Came in all the way from the 9th lane. 23. 23 is a 13, which would become a 15, 7.8. So 7.9, move 7, 0.9 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next up is Elocutionist. Trying to make a move on the 3 lane. 41. 41's a 3 from the first column. 9.0 for Elocutionist. So 9.5. Move 9.5 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So Elocutionist moves right up to a tie in the lead. And next up is Play the Red. 66 is a 1. Second column. 9.1 becomes a 9. 9.2 becomes a 9.1. 9.1 for the red horse. So that'd be 9.6. We'll move 9.6 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Coming up on the inside is Play the Red. Now we have Honest Pleasure. 36 is a 9. First column 9 is 8.4. So it gives them 8.5. We move 8.5 left over. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trying to hang with the group. Next up is Kojak. Snake Eyes is a 1. Second column, 9.1 for Kojak. So it's 9.55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kojak will move up 8 and keep 1.55 left over. Here's On to Sly. 53 is an 8. Going to drop to a 9, 8.4. No carryover, so 8.4, so we'll move 8.4 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have a mono. Bring it up the rear. 33 is a 2. 2 becomes a 4, 8.9 for a mono. 9.15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A mono climbing right back up into the crowd. 0.15 left over. And as we start down the back stretch, we have Bold Forbes and Elocutionist. And almost like a dead heat up there. Followed closely behind is Play the Red. And then we have Ikaroka and Honest Pleasure as we head to the 5th furlong. So coming down the back stretch, first will be Bold Forbes. Off to a very strong start. 46 is an 11. 5th furlong, 11. First column, 8.1. So carryover is 8.7. Move 0.7 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up will be Elocutionist, trying to hang. 24 is a 6. First column 6 is a 8.6. So 9.1. Move 9.1 left over. Elocutionist is going to take the lead. Overcame the strong start by bold Forbes. Play the red. 26 is a 9. Going to drop it to a 10. 8.2. On the play the red. So we got 8.8. We move 8. 0.8 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Got a diagonal going. Next up is Inca Roca. 54 is a 16. Going to drop to an 18. 7.4. So 8.3. Move 8.3 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So after an impressive, strong start, the first couple rows starting to drop back a little bit. Next up is Honest Pleasure. 21. 21's a 14. First column 14 is 7.8. Puts us at an 8.3. Move 8.3 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we have Kojak. 32 on Kojak is a 10, which will drop to an 11 because he's a second column. 8.1 for Kojak. So he has 9.65. What's he going to do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8.3. 9.3 for Kojak. Bouncing out a little bit, trying to make a move. Now we have Amano. 35 on Amano is a 6. We'll drop to an 8. 8.4. So 8.55. We'll move 8.55 left over. And the horse that started on the inside and just struggled from the get-go. On the slide, trying to get it together. 15 is a 5. Second column 5 would be at 8.6. So with the carryover as 9.0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. With no carryover. As we head further down the back stretch, we got Elocutionist over in first place to overcoming a little bit ahead of Bold Forbes. Then we have Play the Red on the inside and a bunch of horses right behind as we head to the 6th furlong. What an exciting race here. A couple days after New Year's at the Kentucky Derby. And as they come down the back stretch, first place right now is Elocutionist for the first time, and 66 is a 1. And the 6th furlong, first column, we got a 1. We got a 9.0. So 9.1 at the carryover, move 9.1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. What a burst by Elocutionist. Here comes Bold Forbes. 13 is a 24. First column, 24 is 8.9. So 9.6. Move 9.6 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Not able to pull any more distance between them. Play the red, 55. 55 is a 4, which becomes a 5. 8.6 on the play the red. So 9.4. Move 9.4 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Next up is orange. Inca Roca, 41. 41 is a 6. Drop to an 8, 8.3. So 8.7. We move 8.7 left over. Starting to get to be a little separation here as those front horses are really setting a pace. Honest Pleasure, 52 is a 7. First column, 8.4 for Honest Pleasure. 8.7. Looks like I can move 8.7 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on the outside, we got Kojak trying to make a move. 23 is a 13. Going to drop to 14, 7.7. So 8.05. We move 8.05 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3 of the horses lined up right now. And here we got on the sly. 53 is an 8. Second column 8 would be 8.2. Move 8.2 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bringing up the rear is a mono. 61 is a 5. Got to drop to 8.4 for a mono. So 8.95. Move 8.95 left over. As we head to the turn, we got in first place, we got Elocutionist, followed by Bold Forbes, and Play the Red. And then a group behind him. And as we head to the back turn, we'll remind you, I've only been playing this game for about a month, so I'm sure there is some mistakes to be made on possibly some of the stuff I'm doing and also maybe some strategy. Not sure. But through all the fine help of the people on the Apba Games site there, was able to get the information here to get this game together. It's a game I always wanted to have ever since I didn't buy it back in my younger days. And here we are. Let's get back on with the race. As we head to the 7th furlong, in the lead is Elocutionist. 62 is a 5. First column 5, 8.5 for Elocutionist. 8.6 with the carryover, move at 8. 0.6 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up is Bold Forbes. 35 is a 4. First column 4 is a 8.6 for Bold Forbes. So it's 9.2. We'll move 9. 0.2 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. As they are neck and neck again. Play the red. 25 is a 7. Drops to an 8. 8.2 on play the red. So we got 8.9. Move 8. 0.9 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is so becoming just a 2-horse race for the win. Next up is Inca Roca. 26 is an 11. Going to drop it to a 13. 7.3. So it'll be 7.6. Move 7. 0.6 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Next up we got Honest Pleasure. 16's a 9. First column 9 is 8.1. So 8.8. Move 8. 0.8 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we have Kojak. 46 is an 11. Going to drop to a 12. 7.5 for Kojak. So we'll move 7.55. One, 2, 3, 4. 4.2. 5.2, 6.2. 7.2. Kojak moves 7.2. 0.35 left over. And then we have the yellow horse on the fly. 64 is an 11. Drop 1. 7.5. 7.7. Move 7. 0.7 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Since the slow start, was never able to put anything together today. Starting on the inside too. Mono 12 is a 14. Drop 2. 7.0. So we're at 7.95. Move 7 with 0.95 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And as they come around the bend down here, we got like a 2-horse race right now between Elocutionist and Bold Forbes. And right now, play the red. Looks like it could be trying to hang with the top 2 ahead of the back 4. And on the outside, we do have Honest Pleasure as we head to the 8th furlong of the Kentucky Derby here in New Year's Week 25. As we're coming around the turn, going first will be Bold Forbes. We'll be going first again. 53 is a 10. First column, 10 will be 7.8. 7.8 plus the 0.2 carryover gives us 8.0. So we'll move 8. We have no carryover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up is Elocutionist. 51 is a 3. First column, 3 is 8.5. So 9.1. Use up 9.1 left over. Elocutionist back in the lead. Running third is Play the Red. 52. 52 is an 8 from the second column. So make it a 7.9. So 8.8 with the carryover. Move 8. 0.8 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These look like they could be the final, they could be the horses that finish first, second, and third. But somebody can make a move. Maybe it can be Honest Pleasure. 24 is an 8. First column 8 is 8.0 for Honest Pleasure. 0.8 carryover, so 8.8. Move 8. And carry over to 0.8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up is Inca Roca. 56 is an 18, which would become a 20. 6.3. So we got 6.9. Move 6.9 left over. Kojak. 15. 15's a 4 from the second column. It becomes an 8.3. So 8.65. Move 8. 0.65 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Trying to make a little move out there. Next up we got On the Sly, 34. 34 is a 10. Got to drop 1. 7.6. 8.3. 8. 0.3 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 46. There's a 16. Got to drop 2 to 18. 6.7. 4. A mono. So 7.65. Move 7. 0.65 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we are coming to the finish here with Elocutionist. A little bit ahead of Bold Forbes and Play the Red in third. And in fourth, trying to make a move, is Honest Pleasure. As we head to the 9th furlong. So we're coming to the front stretch. This is probably the first race I had where we had 2 horses just kind of run away from everybody. So going first here in the 9th furlong will be Elocutionist. 54 is a 9. 7.7. So we got 7.8. Move 7. 0.8 left over. Opening the door. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we have Bold Forbes. 36 is a 7. 7.9 for Bold Forbes. We'll move 7. Nothing carried, so move 7. 0.9 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Up next is Play the Red. 24 is an 11. Got to drop one to 7.3 for Play the Red. Had a little misreading, it looks like on a previous turn for Play the Red, so I'm going to adjust it this time. So right here we ended up with the 7.3 with the 0.4 carryover. So 7.7, and he can move 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And after Play the Red, we have Honest Pleasure. 65 on Honest Pleasure is a 4. First column 4 is 8.2 for Honest Pleasure. That's 9.0. We'll move 9. 0.0 left over. So a big 9 spot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Moved right up there with Play the Red. Now we got Kojak. 52 is a 10. It'll drop to an 11. 7.5 for Kojak. So up to 8.15. We move 8. 0.15 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up is On the Sly. 56. 56 is a 12. 12, got to drop to a 13 because he's the second column. We got 7.1. So 7.4. Move 7. 0.4 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we have Inkaroka. 42 is an 8. Got to drop 2. 7.6 for Ikaroka. So it's 8.4. Move 8. 0.4 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And bringing up the rear is a mono. 45. 16. Got to drop 2. 6.6 for a mono. So 7.25. Move 7. 0.25 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we head towards the finish line with Elocutionist in first, followed by Bold Forbes. Play the Red trying to hold on. We got a hard charging Honest Pleasure and Kojak in fifth. So as we head to the finish line, find this to be a good spot to say, hey, I hope you enjoyed the race here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, a lot of people watch the races and forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. Leave a comment, maybe a like. Looks like everybody does enjoy the racing quite a bit, and hopefully someday the game company does bring it back. So here we go with the final furlong. Up first is Elocutionist. 24. 24 is a 6. 7.9. So 8.7. We'll move 8. The 0.7 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up is Bold Forbes. 52 is an 8. First column 8, 7.7. So it goes up to 8.6. Move 8. Now 0.6 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Next up, as we battle for the third places, play the red. 41. 41 is a 6. Got to drop down to 7.8. 8.5. 8 with 0.5 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now we have Honest Pleasure. 42. 42 is a 7. First column 7. 7.8. Had nothing left over before, so we'll move 7.8. Move 7. 0.8 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Crosses the finish line. Next up we have Kojak. 62 is a 29. Got to drop to a 30. 4.6. Kojak just ran out of gas right down the final stretch. Can move 4. 0.75 left over. Yellow. On the sly. 25 is a 5. Drop to a 6. 7.9 for on the sly. 0.3 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we have Inca Roca. 62. 62 is a 25. Got to drop to 7.0. So 7.4. 7 with a 0.4 left over. And the gray horse. 26 is a 9. Got to drop to 7.4. So 7.65. Move 7. 0.65 left over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.15. 7.15. 0.5 left over. And that is it. As we all cross the finish, 4 of them cross the finish line. I'll be back in a moment with the final results of the first race of the year, Kentucky Derby from 1976. So the final results are in, and with the win was Elocutionist in 1:56 2/5. Ran a very strong race, finishing in second place. For the show, or for the place, would be Bold Forbes. Started out fast. It really became a 2-horse race for most of the race. So finished second and finish in third. And the money is Play to Red. So the favorites, Elocutionist, went off at even. So if you bet Elocutionist to win, you got 280. Bold Forbes paid $363 and $220. And Play the Red if you paid $10.80, $5.80, and $5.20. So that is it here from Bay City, Michigan, with the 1976 Kentucky Derby with Elocutionist. Another strong win. And until probably next Friday, hope you enjoyed this race. And keep playing Apba. Always have exciting things happening. Have a great year.